Fellow Kenyans, devolution must deliver, not divide. At the opening of Devolution Conference in Homa Bay, what was meant to be a proud showcase of county achievements instead revealed a disappointing reality. Lecture displays and presentations that many perceive as a waste of public resources. Even more disheartening was the volume of politically charged and tribal discourse dominating the event, unfortunately with cheers and claps from the president, who is supposed to be a symbol of national unity. Most troubling was the address by the CS John Mbadi, during which he asserted that the Kikuyu community has never supported a Luo leader. This claim is not only divisive, but contrary to facts. To set the record straight, in 2022 general election, Right Honorable Raila Odinga received a staggering 6.94 million votes. That is 48.85% of the total national votes. Mount Kenya gave Raila Odinga over 1.2 million votes. That is about 30.04% of the region's vote. This clearly demonstrates that Kenyan politics has evolved beyond ethnic lines. President William Ruto himself is a testimony to the fact that the Kikuyu community voted for him for his economic promise, but turned against his administration only when he failed to deliver the pledges he made to them, especially the promise to finish the Mau Mau Road project, the promise he made to the coffee cooperatives, tea cooperatives, dairy, rice value chain, and the education for their children. This is a testament that Mount Kenya region is pursuing the same thing every other region in Kenya is pursuing. So they should not be profiled as essentially tribal, but economically interested community. Looking at development funding, it is misleading to suggest that the Luo Nyanza region has been neglected. Since devolution began in 2013, the national government has disbursed a cumulative 435 billion CDF allocation to the 29 constituencies in Luo Nyanza. Furthermore, the counties in the region have received a total of 3.2 trillion Kenya shillings through the equitable share allocation since 2013. That averages approximately 290 billion per year injected into county operations and development. Despite these sizable investments, meaningful progress remains elusive in many areas in Luo Nyanza. In that regard, development has stalled not because of lack of resources, but poor leadership, mismanagement, and corruption among the Luo Nyanza elected leaders. The president could have led the nation during the Devolution Conference to question the impact of devolution, especially on the lives of people at the Lake region where it was held. The main aim of the Devolution Conference is to promote equity, inclusion, and social justice through the effectiveness of the implementation of devolution in Kenya. Given that the theme of this year's devolution was for people, for prosperity, devolution as a catalyst for equity, inclusion, and social justice would have expected the president to speak to how much equity, inclusion, and social justice are seen in the national government and county government. We wanted to hear how the devolution is working for the people of Kenya, for Kenya's prosperity. However, the president allowed it to be turned into a platform for tribal profiling. What is more alarming is that such divisive narrative were allowed to go unchallenged in the president's presence. Our head of state must be a unifying factor and figure who stands against tribal politics, not one who promotes it by failing to speak out against it and clap as other communities are being crucified. The president could have asked where the 4 trillion shillings that have been disbursed to county government since devolution began have gone to. Take 4 trillion Kenya shillings as a startup capital. If one was to be given 4 trillion shillings to start a business, how big that business would be? How much taxes would it contribute? How many Kenyans would benefit from employment created by such a venture? Homa Bay County has received 130 billion shillings since devolution, yet it can't even collect garbage, cannot provide clean, safe, reliable drinking water, no medicine in hospitals, no tangible jobs, as it has created no jobs to the county of Homa Bay. Imagine KCB with a startup capital of about 5 billion shillings has created over 150,000 direct and indirect jobs. Safaricom, on the other hand, has created over 1.2 million jobs with a startup capital of about 7 billion. This would have been the main question the Devolution Conference needed to answer, but not tribal rhetorics, turning Devolution Conference into political campaigns. When I looked at the speakers in the Devolution Conference, it was clear that it was a political rally disguised as a Devolution Conference, since there was hardly any renowned economic scholar, governance expert on devolution in this conference. What was trending was the political dances, opulence demonstrated by those who landed in choppers, luxury vehicles, and tribal profiling. Let us evolve from divisiveness to inclusivity. Let us demand accountability. And let us evolve toward a Kenya where our communities flourish through unity, integrity, transparency, and accountability. God bless you, and God bless Kenya. Thank you.